My name's Steve Connor. I'm the Chief Exec of a creative agency here in Manchester called Creative Concern. We are a 30-strong group of designers, writers, strategists, researchers, digital bods. In my other life, which kind of has a Venn diagram effect over that life, I've done an awful lot of work across Greater Manchester on various environmental issues. So I helped to draft the city's climate change plan. I chaired our climate change plan for a few years, and I've done quite a bit in terms of getting cycling off the ground for quite a few years. So tonight, my talk, when I talked through that, I gave Gabby various options. The slightly heavyweight talk about the economics of cycling and infrastructure implications, somehow she didn't want. So instead I'm talking about the fact that I'm not a cyclist. I'm a person on a bike. I'm hanging on in there, waiting for us to Copenhagenize. My company's done a lot of cycling work, so we've done everything from slightly macho mountain biking campaigns through to campaigns. This is my son Nathaniel, campaign for Sustrans on safe routes to school, walking and cycling. We work with a company called Bike Right on cycle training and done campaigns for that. And then we're quite well known for this advert, Fast Lane, Fat Lane. Love Your Bike, still going strong, as some of you all know. Anyway, so I want to get on to what my provocation for this evening, and I'll leave you all to hack. Sometimes we all look slightly daft when we move, and I have a personal hatred of the Segway. When it came out, there were loads of rumours went around the internet that the inventor had defied gravity and created a hoverboard. And then this slightly appalling mall cop machine was released on the world, and now Segway Safaris. I also have a slight hatred for adults using scooters. It never looks good. The school that my kids go to, there's quite a few cheeky dads hop on the kids' scooter on the way home. They think they look cool. They look stupid. In particular, the most stupid thing, in my mind, is trapping yourself in a steel tin and getting stuck in traffic. So the average motorist tends to lose 2 days of their life every year stuck in a traffic jam. Frankly, I think segways and scooters for adults are more sensible. So bikes for me have always been a no-brainer, and I've been campaigning on them for a long time. As I promised Gabby, I won't go into economics in any great depth. But even if you look at an average street, you can see that the amount of space you take for a car can fit 9 cyclists. It's actually quite good for walking. Actually, walking often forgotten. These are some stats we've been working on with our clients at Sustrans. 80% of us live in urban areas. We average 3 trips a day from home, all of which could be cycled or walked. And 2 out of every 3 trips under 5 miles are just for shopping, education, work or commuting. Basically, most of our trips can be walked or cycled. And infrastructure helps. So, part of the stuff that I've been doing over the last few years is about lobbying for better infrastructure. Cycle parking or segregated cycleways or hubs in major employment areas. But the really critical thing is cycling culture. While people still have, in Britain, in their head, this picture when they think of a cyclist, we've got a problem. We've got a really serious problem. I mean, yes, some of them are quite well hung. But it does, how is it okay to arrive at the office looking like that? When I cycle to work in the morning, dressed like this, and there are many men dressed like that, and they get all sweaty and a bit bothered and a bit stupid, and they say, I've got to have a shower. And the weird thing is, I cycle more slowly on my cheeky little Brompton, and I keep catching them at the lights. And then there with their isotonic drink, getting out their cage, because they're just such performance athletes. So they're idiots. So I'm fighting for the great normalisation. And I think it's not the catchiest title, but I think I can pull it off. We've got a bunch of agencies that we work with across Europe who've run campaigns on cycling, which I find really inspiring. So this is Bike Experience Days in Brussels, which is all about normal people on bikes. Not a shred of lycra in sight, and controversially, no helmets. So that's, today I am a cyclist. Today I go to my meeting by cycle. I'm sure all of you are very fluent in French, because we British are famous for our language ability. People doing exactly the same thing in Poland, where they're just saying, look, this is something that normal people do. Here's a whole bunch of cycling ads from across Britain, not just London, but some Sustrans ones, where people are starting to develop this idea of normalisation. People like you being cyclists. It's not an identification, you're just people on bikes. Here's one that we did in Liverpool, where for the first time we co-created a cycling campaign with the targets of that campaign. So this woman runs a market stall in North Liverpool, and this is the 6-sheet ad that sits behind her market stall. And it's fairly intense normalisation when she's the actual subject of the ad campaign. And as you can see, she's having quite good fun. So look good, we need to make this all stylish. And we need to work for change. So I mean, the other important thing, you can't beat a stupid bike lane for a laugh, can you? The other thing is that whilst we shift the culture, we need to be activists for a better deal for cycling in Manchester. We need to be all on the same page. We need to reclaim the streets for cyclists and not for stupid fucking tin cans. And finally, with a bit, I thought I'd finish with a contrast of Hugh Jackman and Prince Harry, with some cool European people in the middle. We need to enjoy the ride, so the important thing is to show just how great cycling is, and that's finally why I hate the middle-aged men in Lycra, because they make it look like some sort of performance sport. They make it look like they're about to storm the Death Star, and they're not, they're just going to work. So make it look fun, make it look nice, and have fun. And I think that's me done. Brilliant. Thanks very much, everybody.